Hi Taurus, welcome back to Intuitive Garden Tarot. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nicole. Welcome. I have a special treat for you. I'm going to do a zodiac spread looking at all the details of your life for 2025, the coming year. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, remember you can go to intuitivegardentarot.org and book a session with me there. We can dive deep one-on-one into your personal life and your personal questions. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel if you're enjoying this content, and if you like my videos, give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone you know. That's free and it helps my channel grow. Thank you so much. All right, Taurus. Let's see what we have for you. Ace of Wands, Two of Wands, Six of Swords, the Chariot, Three of Wands, Four of Swords, Knight of Swords, the Star, High Priestess, Seven of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Right off the bat, Taurus, this is a lot of Wands energy. That's fire energy, spiritual energy. And regarding major arcana versus minor arcana, we have 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards. The rest are minor arcana, which means that the energy is predominantly malleable for the year. It's not as fixed, not as heavy or slow moving. So if you need to pivot or change course or integrate something, that is more available to you for the coming year. All right, so Taurus, you're starting off in the house of Aries. This is your personality. And how you present yourself is the Ace of Wands. This is a beautiful, enthusiastic pop of a beginning. So, and being Wands, that it's fire and spirit energy, you might be really tapping into a whole new inspired version of yourself. Beautiful, beautiful start. It's across from the Knight of Swords, which is charging ahead on a mission with thoughts and words, but it's advocating for something. So with that too, it looks like this is your year, Taurus, to really put yourself first, is how I'm getting that. Make yourself important. That's great. So number 2, the house of Taurus, we have the Two of Wands. And this is in relation to your finances, your possessions, your value. And what that says is that you're in a solid place. And you might even be looking at expanding in some way financially, maybe some kind of investment, something that can grow into something bigger. Why am I getting travel? You might actually be planning to spend some money on a big trip, an international trip. But I'm also getting that you really have everything you need. So financially, it feels like you're in a really solid place, and there's not really much to stress about, or no major purchases that you need to focus on. That's great. And it's across from the Star card, which is can be like, you know, a wish, a lucky star, a wish being granted. Sometimes it's a vulnerable energy, but again, that's really toned down by the fact that the 2 represent some success and stability. So I'm not seeing it that way. And if that does show up, I would see it as, I would expect it to be something kind of more in the background, or not a big deal, not a big kerfuffle in your life. But she is really tapped into the deep subconscious waters, and she's watched over galactically. So I really feel again like you're safe and really blessed in your financial outlook for the coming year, 2025. And then next we have the House of Gemini with the Six of Swords. This is about finding clarity, peace, calm waters, moving out of troubled, bumpy waters into a calmer space. And swords are about communication, and Gemini is in the house of communication, how we connect and communicate with others. So if there hasn't been smooth communications with those around you or that you connect with, it looks like that's going to shift into a much calmer, clearer way of communicating and receiving and hearing as well. Communication, again, isn't just what we speak. The other side of communication is how do we listen. So you might be hearing things too that people are saying in a way that is more calm and clear and maybe less triggering for you. And that's good. It's always good. So that is across from the High Priestess, which is about intuition and the unseen world. So again, there's going to be clarity if there are some things that you haven't felt the ability to or the faith to communicate about. You might be more clear in revealing what you really want to say, what you really are feeling, what you really are thinking. And that can go the other way. If some things haven't been shared with you or have been hidden from sight for you in terms of what's being said or not said, secrets, that's going to come out in the open, and it's going to clear something up or some things up. And then next we have the Chariot card, which is in your foundation, your home, your family. And this energy is victorious. He's skilled at getting somewhere and really pulling things together. It is known as being a card of victory, like a military battle type victory, but that energy can be in any area of our life. So maybe some things have been chaotic or out of balance in your home life or your family life, but this coming year, 2025, is about really pulling that together and moving forward, not being stuck. And I see a great balance of connecting with different locations of home. Maybe you will be purchasing a second home. Maybe you have two homes, and you'll have the opportunity to go back and forth and really bring people together, spend time with people in different locations or different places. This is connected to the Seven of Wands energy, which is about holding space and staying on your moral high ground, not letting lower frequency energy drag you down. So that may be in your family, that may be in your home. There may be a little bit of adversity, but you can rise above it, and you are above it. So you have the ability in a unique way to hold space for who you are and what it is that matters to you. Next, we have the Three of Wands in the House of Leo, which is about pleasure. What brings you joy in life? This card is also a card of success, some established success. Looking out at possibilities and expanding the landscape of what is bringing you joy. And it could even be travel in particular. You might be considering traveling abroad, overseas, taking a cruise. But there's such an abundance of already successful manifestation energy in this card that it looks like that's available to you if that's something that brings you joy and pleasure. Looks like it's very possible. And it's across from the Page of Pentacles, which is putting out some form of physical, tangible payment or money. Let's see if I can get that to focus better. There it is. You see the pentacle in the page's hand that he's offering out. So you might be in a position where you can put some money towards a beautiful trip, or like I said, a cruise, or something that you might really be up for, and something maybe you've wanted to do for a while that you would enjoy. Next, we have the Four of Swords in the house of Virgo. Virgo is about your daily routines, your habits, your health, your body. And this is suggesting that rest is important to you, Taurus, for the coming year. Rest and reflection on your health and your health practices, your health routines. Notice how there are 3 swords above this figure on the wall that are visible, and then there's the one beneath that isn't really known yet. So there might be some underlying information about your health that requires you to rest, or to take some time to reflect on in terms of how you want to engage with your health and bring ease to your body. And it might mean that it's not so much an underlying health issue that comes to light. It might be that there's information you have yet to discover about your health and what you can do for your health. And it could even just be a mindset, because swords are thoughts and words. So it might be just thinking a different way about health, or engaging with your health in a different way, having a better attitude about your health, looking at it from a positive perspective instead of a negative, because our bodies are very faithful, dutiful companions that will manifest whatever it is that we're focusing on. So really being clear on what's important to you about your health and what you want to be committed to is going to be a good theme for you to focus on this coming year. And this is across from the Four of Wands, which is a card of celebration, of coming together, a union, and a really solid foundation that's fruitful and abundant. An opportunity to really step in to a new version of what is healthy for you and how you engage with your health. And engage is very much a key word, because the Four of Wands can be about a marriage or an engagement, a uniting of 2 energies coming together to create something stable, a stable foundation. So I see that again as a powerful area for you to really get solid and heal if you have some health issues that come up or that you've been dealing with. Taking the time to rest and reflect and heal is important for 2025, Taurus. So next we have the Knight of Swords. He's an advocate for something or someone, a cause. And this is in the house of Libra, which is about partnerships, romantic, as well as business, or one-on-one partnerships of some sort. It can be about negotiations, about contracts, and it's moving forward with a strong force, with a strong vision. And it's across from that Ace of Wands energy, which means there might even be some triggers around partnerships or negotiations or contracts, maybe legal matters. And trigger can be positive or negative. It can be on the shadow side, getting worked up about something and angry about something and arguing instead of negotiating. It can be in its positive light, in the light side, an inspired action that's being taken, something enthusiastic that you're really charging forward into experiencing or sharing or accomplishing in some way or another. So keep that in mind if you have any business plans or legal matters, to just try to stay centered and focused on that and take your time, because this is, look at the expression on this knight's face and how the tree is just blowing in the wind. There's a lot of energy behind this, and again, this can mean arguments. And next to this card, that's a tough energy. It can really be something to be mindful of in terms of getting triggered, taking your time before you charge ahead with a plan or a reaction about something. Next, we have the Star card in the House of Scorpio, which is about birth, death, transformation. And this is a beautiful card of, being celestially guided, watched over, a wish being granted. And she has one foot in the pool of deep subconscious waters and the other foot on the ground. So with that, I'm hearing, really make sure you keep one foot on the ground for sure. You don't want to just get all swept away in this Scorpio energy. And Scorpio represents deep emotions, things that are unseen rising up to the surface to be seen. And it might make you feel vulnerable. She is unclothed and out in the elements. So there may be something about, again, your health or your relationships or partnerships that requires you to be flexible and fluid, as well as grounded and rooted and connected to the earth. Being equally connected to cosmic and earth energy is where the magic happens, for sure. So there is the opportunity to transform, but it might mean also giving yourself permission, creating a safe space or connection, whether it's with somebody professionally or personally, where you can maybe expose your deeper, darker feelings that have been pushed down or hidden even from you. That can be very transformational and healing. And the death aspect of that energy could be that by allowing it to come up, you can let it go. It can be put to rest once and for all, instead of just wreaking havoc beneath the surface when you might think everything's okay, or I'm working so much up here, why aren't things okay? Because something down here might not be okay. And when that comes up, even though it might be uncomfortable or make us feel vulnerable, that's where we can integrate it and move through it and move on. And this is across from the Two of Wands energy, which again is a stable place, a safe place to look at things. So with that, I'm getting, again, a professional therapist or a healthcare provider that can maybe help you if there are certain things that are vulnerable in your life, in your body, that can give you the space that's safe to figure that out and to get really balanced again if you're out of balance in some way or another. I feel like there might be one more thing about birth. Right. And if you are pregnant or planning a pregnancy, this to me is saying make sure that as much as possible you have a stable environment within which to take care of yourself, as well as a new member of your family, if that's what you're being blessed with this coming year. Okay, Taurus, next we have the House of Sagittarius, which is about travel, philosophy, your morals, your beliefs, your religion, your purpose. So the High Priestess is the energy that's showing up for you here, Taurus, and this is about moving back and forth between the seen and the unseen world, connecting with other realms, other energies. Your psychic abilities are very strong here. And because it's in the house of Sagittarius, which, as I mentioned, is about travel, among other things, this is suggesting to me that your astral travel, your dream life, is very strong and will be very solid and important to you during the year 2025. Your ability to work things out for your day-to-day life in your dream state, or to gather information or learn things or experience things on the dream plane, the astral plane, are going to be more ripe and available to you. There's a lot of fertility there for your growth, and it might even shape or influence what it is you believe or don't believe or have believed previously in terms of religion. That could shift a little. You might be seeing things differently instead of black and white. You might be more in the gray area or leaving things open in that realm. And this is across from the Six of Swords, which is again about moving towards clarity and peace and calm. So regarding astral travel, if you've been having trouble sleeping or nightmare activity for that matter, it looks like it will be shifting and calming down for you. And you might be saying that you actually might be traveling somewhere physically in the 3D waking state, perhaps someplace peaceful or near water, or traveling on or over water. And that's already come up about maybe taking a cruise or something like that. All right, next we have the House of Capricorn, which is about your career, your ambition, your success, your status. And this is the Seven of Wands energy, which is about holding space for your unique abilities, who you are, and staying above the fray. So you might be defending your status in some way or another and holding your ground. This suggests you will maintain that and to do so. Sevens are in numerology about spiritual work inside yourself. So you might be looking at what it is that you define as your achievements, and really owning that as true for you. And they may be unique achievements, not the standard career or family success, but it might be something different, like having actually survived a lot of strife and a lot of obstacles and a lot of opposition, and coming through that on your feet. I really like that for you. And this is across from the Chariot. So again, like I mentioned, the Chariot, one aspect of the Chariot card is victory. So really owning your victories, Taurus. And they might be unique. Everyone has their own life experience, and we're all here to learn, which means we have adversity. Things don't just go smoothly all the time, and some of us more than others. But if you are able to really kind of pull those opposing forces together and align and move forward with that, that is something to be really proud of. And again, own it, Taurus, as your success. Next, we have the Page of Pentacles in the House of Aquarius. Aquarius is about friends, friendships, social circles, social networks, community in general. And this is about really just beginning to master something. Pages are like an apprentice. They're on their way to becoming a knight, a queen, a king, as they advance in their knowledge, understanding of whatever it is they're learning, whatever their craft is. And pentacles are about the tangible world. It's about finances. It's about the physical realm, your physical body, and how it relates to friendships and community. This shows to me that you're going to be putting yourself out there in a new way and exploring perhaps some new friendships and some new communities to engage in. And they're going to be very precious to you. Something that you hold dear and that you are basically feeling some awe towards, like, wow, I made this really cool new friend at the grocery store or whatever it might be, online or at the gym, whatever, again, it might be, or in your community center, however you engage with others. Maybe you'll meet a friend of a friend that becomes a new friend for you, etc. And it's across from the Three of Wands energy, which is a very successful energy of expanding your vista. So again, you might really be opening up to some new friendships and some new community that will be very satisfying for you, as well as very grounding. It's always good to connect and not be floating out there, flying by the seat of our pants, but to feel that we're rooted in our friendships and relationships. And I see that for you, Taurus, for 2025. So the last house we're looking at is the House of Pisces. And this is where we have this Four of Wands energy. Pisces is about the subconscious emotions, really exploring the greater cosmos, not being confined by limitations or traditional boundaries. And in this sense, the way the energy of this card presents itself is that there will be an opportunity to really move through a portal or a gateway, a new way of experiencing your connection to your spiritual energy or to spirit, whatever that is for you. You might even be doing that through a relationship or a friendship in tandem with somebody else. You might be exploring new things together. But it has a solidity to it with the number 4. That's very solid in numerology. And it's actually across from another 4, which is a blessing. And it plays off of the Four of Swords energy about taking time for rest and reflection and what really matters in life. What is life about? And at the end of the day, when we have to confront our life and our own death, what does it all mean? So you might be really exploring on a new level for yourself what it is that it means to be human and in the cycle of life and death and rebirth as we've lived many lives. So that's beautiful, Taurus. Let's take a message from the garden for the 13th card, and this will tie it together. It will connect to every other card that I've just described, and it'll give more clarity to this reading. Wisdom, bay leaf. This is awesome. So Taurus, this seems very connected to what I was just talking about, but by taking time to rest and reflect on really the meaning of life and death, and what it is that makes you happy, why are we here, there's much wisdom to be gained, and you also have much wisdom because you have survived so much and been through so much, and you're still standing. You're still on your feet. So using that wisdom as you navigate through these experiences, especially that little sticky, tricky energy maybe of contracts or negotiations that could potentially be triggering or argumentative. Wisdom is the key, right? And there's Leo energy in this card as well, which is fire energy, and that brings us back to standing in your success and owning your success, and really looking at the big picture of life with wisdom, and what brings you joy, looking at that from a place of wisdom instead of what's that word? I want to say impetuous, or that quick thinking, reactive energy. Wisdom is a slow moving energy when we apply it. And I'm looking if there's anything more to gain from here. I'm just funny. I know it might sound biased, but this deck of cards to me is representing a deck of tarot cards. So Taurus, I suggest you book a personal reading at least once during the year in 2025. That might help you connect and find clarity and wisdom if things are moving quickly, or if you're stuck in something and wanting some clarity and maybe a higher perspective that is available to you. And there are still stars around this, so I really feel like pay attention to your cosmic spiritual guidance. It is there for you, and you are protected in that way, and tap into that higher wisdom from your higher self. And that's going to help you throughout the year to have more fun and more balance and more ease and joy and health. So if this resonates with you, Taurus, please consider liking this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, share with friends. It helps me grow, and it's absolutely free. And again, you could book a session with me at Intuitive Garden Tarot if you'd like to book a personal one-on-one reading, and we can dive deep into some questions that relate just to you. These general readings pick up on the general energy, and a lot of it might resonate or might not. But when you have a personal reading, it's just tapping into your energy, and I'd love to do that for you. I wish you a good year, Taurus, and I'll see you next time.